Yeah, I realized my microphone interface is broken, so I'm recording this on my phone. So cut me some slack for the sound quality, please. But yeah, I'm back, and I've got a new show where I'm mainly going to be focusing on stocks and trading, or stonks, as people like to call them nowadays. And so the focus of this will be my account. I obviously want to stress that I am not an expert in this in any way. As you will see, I'm currently down just over 6%. But what I'm going to do is explain kind of the basics of trading, the rationale behind what I do on my trading account, and hopefully we can sort of come together and get a few ideas, and people can share their ideas about trading as well, because it is interesting. And I always remembered it was something I wanted to get into for a long time when I was young, but I never really understood it. But once you kind of get past a bit of the jargon, it's not that difficult. So we're going to go ahead. The main focus will be on the FTSE. Obviously, I would love to be investing in the American markets rather than the UK ones, but I need to fill out a W8 Benz form and I need a special number for that, so I can't do it. So I'm stuck investing in the UK at the moment. And I do kind of fear in the UK that we are entering a kind of sort of Japan in the 90s kind of phase where you're not going to see a lot. Yeah, you haven't seen much five growth in the last 5 years, and you're not going to see a lot more in the next five. But I do think when you look at the FTSE after it had the big crash, especially the 250, it was up around sort of 23,000 points, and now it's down to about 20. I think that happened around the time of the sort of trust debacle. But I think it will claw a little bit of that back over the next 5 years. So if you're sensible and you time your trades right, I think there is still a little bit of money to be made in the FTSE 250. I think the 100 will probably hover around 8,000 points. I don't see it going up too much, maybe dip a little bit, but we'll see. We should have got a bit of a boost with Trump, but I think because the Labour government had pissed him off so much, it didn't materialise. Because normally, if the US markets go up, we go up with them, but not this time. Um, so yeah, I'm going to explain sort of my portfolio and why I bought these. The first thing I would say when you start trading is never invest all your money at once. That fortunately isn't all the money I've got to invest. So we've got a little bit of firepower to back it up. But one thing about all of my stocks, with possibly the exception of Convatec, is that they all pay out dividends of around 5% minimum, some of them above that. So if you play a very long-term game, particularly if you've got like Vodafone, where you've got 10% dividends, if you hold those for 10 years, then you're going to be paid back the stake that you've put in. And then whatever the shares are worth at the end of it is going to represent profit. And they may well, they might have gone up a bit, they might have gone down a bit. But that's why I always go for sort of what I call high dividend stocks. And the other thing that I've done is I've made sure that they're spread across a variety of industries. So here, like BP is obviously oil and gas. British Land is a real estate company. Convatec do like medical services. Investec is they do like investment banking services. Legal and General is an insurance company. Morgan Advanced Materials make like semiconductors and stuff. As you can see, I've made a pretty chunky loss on them, but I have a weird affinity for that company, so I keep buying them. I don't know why. National Grid, that's electricity infrastructure. I don't really see how they can have any competitors, so I always think that's the only thing I would say is a good buy at the moment from mine. I think that'll definitely go back up over 10 and is paying out around 6% dividends at the moment. So that's not a bad shout at the moment, National Grid share. Taylor Wimpey is housing. So housing's always a good shout in the UK. Although once again, I am down a little bit there. But these shares move in a cycle, particularly when they're paying out their dividends. So Taylor Wimpey's just about to pay out a dividend, so that's part of the reason why they're down at the moment. Vodafone, surprisingly, they're paying out 10% dividends at the moment. So I'm surprised. I thought they were a bit of a risk, but they've probably turned out to be one of my better investments. And ZigUp is a pretty strange company. I think they sort of basically sort out fleet cars for businesses. But once again, they're paying out like 7% dividends. So while I've lost a bit there, I think if we buy a bit more, we can make that back. So one of the things I'll be aiming to do with the sort of the money I have, the liquidity that I have, is buying these at strategic moments in order to bring the average share price down. And then over the course of a couple of years, I've got a much better chance of being able to sell some of those at a profit. Although, as you can see at the moment, 3 out of 10, not doing so great. But the other thing as well that I think a channel like this can do is obviously we saw it with GameStop, which is a great illustration of the power that retail investors can have if they get together and decide to do things. I think I disagree with Yarvin. I think money does have power, and I think we've really got to start buying and owning stuff before Larry Fink pretty much buys everything up. Because I mean, I don't know, 1988, Larry Fink started BlackRock, and today they're worth, I don't know, 23 trillion or something. That's how much money they have under their control. So yeah, long way to go. But yeah, so I hope, I don't know if some of you have already got stocks and shares. I don't know if some of you are maybe thinking about trying it. Hopefully, I can give you a bit of advice, and maybe if you just want to watch to see me lose money, there's something in it for everyone. So yeah, this is what the new show is going to be. I'm maybe going to aim to do like a weekly market roundup. Might do some, if anything sort of big happens, I might do some on the spot kind of hot takes. But yeah, we're going to see how it goes. And yeah, it's good to be back. See you later.